big news for the Browns today, but let's talk about it. Kevin Stefanski is now out as head coach. You heard there from General Manager Andrew.
Ask for a better, partner in bringing the word to our team.
And that word has quickly spread throughout the team.
What if I told you that a legendary Super Bowl winning coach would be fired after just one disastrous season? And what if I told you that a two-time Coach of the Year would be shown the door on the same day? Well, that's not a hypothetical. That is exactly what just happened in the NFL. Black Monday just unleashed a level of chaos we haven't seen in years, and the fallout is just beginning. Forget everything you thought you knew about coaching security in this league, because the game has officially changed.
You make it very, very difficult for a rookie quarterback because he's had nowhere to go with the football today. Fake toss to Pollard.
The Las Vegas Raiders have fired Pete Carroll. Let that sink in. A man with a Super Bowl ring, 2 NFC championships, and over 170 career wins has been unceremoniously dumped after a single catastrophic 3-14 season. This wasn't a retirement, this was a firing. The Raiders, a franchise desperate for stability, just chewed up and spat out a coaching icon in less than 12 months.
Including the search for the club's next head coach. Now, about an hour ago, General Manager John Spytek held a press conference.
We're going to break down the stunning incompetence that led to this moment and what it means for a franchise that seems to be in a perpetual state of crisis. But the carnage didn't stop in Vegas.
Around a quarterback, and so it is likely that it's going to be one of those two that the Raiders take with that first overall pick.
In a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire league, the Cleveland Browns have fired Kevin Stefanski. Yes, the same Kevin Stefanski who was named NFL Coach of the Year in 2020 and 2023. The man who led the Browns to their first playoff victory in a generation is now out of a job. This decision is a brutal reminder that in the modern NFL, the past means nothing. You're only as good as your last season. And for Stefanski, a string of underwhelming performances was enough to erase a legacy of success. We're going to dig into the numbers, the locker room dynamics, and the front office politics that led to one of the most shocking firings in recent memory. And as if that wasn't enough, the Baltimore Ravens have parted ways with John Harbaugh, the most successful coach in their franchise's history. After 18 seasons and a Super Bowl title, the Harbaugh era in Baltimore is over. This is a seismic shift for a team that has been defined by his leadership for nearly 2 decades. We'll explore why the Ravens decided to move on from a coaching legend and what this means for the future of a perennial contender. Before we dive into the chaos of Black Monday, if you want the sharpest sports analysis on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. What I'm about to reveal will change how you see this entire season. Let's start with Pete Carroll. When the Raiders hired him, it was seen as a bold move. A veteran coach with a proven track record, brought in to instill a winning culture in a franchise that has been starved for success. But from the very beginning, it was a disaster. The Raiders' offense, which was supposed to be a high-flying attack, was grounded all season. They finished 31st in the league in points per game, and their defense wasn't much better, giving up the second most yards in the entire NFL. The numbers do not lie, and they paint a picture of a team in complete disarray. So what went wrong? Sources inside the Raiders organization point to a complete disconnect between Carroll and the locker room. His old-school, rah-rah style reportedly did not resonate with a younger generation of players. There were whispers of discontent all season, and it all came to a head in a locker room meeting after a blowout loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, where several key players reportedly challenged Carroll's leadership. When you lose the locker room, you've lost the team. And for Pete Carroll, that loss was irreversible. Now, let's turn our attention to Cleveland, where the firing of Kevin Stefanski has left fans and analysts alike scratching their heads. Here's what this really means. The Browns are a franchise that is no longer content with just making the playoffs. They want a Super Bowl, and they're willing to make ruthless decisions to get there. Stefanski, for all his success, was never able to get the Browns over the hump. His 2 Coach of the Year awards were a testament to his ability to exceed expectations. But in the NFL, expectations are a moving target. Once you've tasted success, anything less than a championship feels like a failure. The decision to fire Stefanski can be traced back to a series of questionable decisions and a failure to adapt. His offense, once seen as innovative and cutting edge, had become predictable. His in-game management was often criticized, and his team's performance in crucial moments left much to be desired. The Browns' front office, led by General Manager Andrew Berry, is known for its analytical approach. And the data, it seems, told them that a change was needed. This is a cold, calculated move, and it sends a clear message to the rest of the league. The Browns are all in. Finally, we have the end of an era in Baltimore. John Harbaugh is a coaching institution. He's a man who has been the face of the Ravens for 18 seasons. But in the NFL, even institutions can crumble. The Ravens' decision to move on from Harbaugh is a reflection of a league that is constantly evolving. What worked yesterday doesn't guarantee success tomorrow. The Ravens, a team that has always been on the cutting edge of innovation, clearly felt that a new voice was needed to take them to the next level. The firing of Harbaugh is a gamble, there's no doubt about it, but it's a calculated one. The Ravens have a talented young roster, and they believe that a new coach can unlock their full potential. This is a team that is not afraid to make bold moves, and this is perhaps the boldest move of them all. So what does all of this mean for the future of the NFL? It means that the pressure on coaches has never been higher. It means that owners are more impatient than ever. And it means that we are in for a wild and unpredictable offseason. The coaching carousel is just getting started, and you can bet that there will be more shocking moves to come. What do you think of these firings? Was it time for a change in Las Vegas, Cleveland, and Baltimore? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want the smartest sports breakdown on YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss our analysis. We'll be covering all the latest news and rumors from around the league, and you won't want to miss what we have in store.